Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. All right, welcome to Super Fun Monday. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Super Fun Monday. That was a terrible, terrible joke. We're going to do Bastard. Someone recommended Bastard. Some bastard recommended that I look at Bastard. I thought that I had seen this book before, and I'm nearly sure that I have. But so I immediately tried to hunt down the first issue of it, and the art is very, very primitive. And it was cool, but it wasn't like blowing me away. It would have been tough for me to do a video of it, and just based on the art alone, been able to really I think accommodate like a good video. But I knew that I had seen other art from Bastard that was way more advanced. So I started kind of hunting around, and I went like 5 or 6 volumes later, and ended up hitting a sweet spot around the 24th volume. Now, this isn't necessarily the 24th issue as far as I could tell. 24th volume seems to fall around the 100th issue. These collect about 200 pages of book, or maybe even more. But anyway, I opened a bunch of pages. This art is kick-ass. It's really, really good. The cover, might not necessarily indicate what you're going to see inside. But then the only other thing that I would say is I honestly don't know who did the art on this issue. And I don't know if the way that the series originally started is the artist that continued on throughout the whole series. But either way, people that know the book, let me know. And this is my first time looking at this. I thought the art in 24, 25, and 26 in particular were really, really good. So, all right, let's get to this. We're going to go into full screen mode here in a sec, and anyway, these are just the things. So it's Jump Comics. Again, I don't know who the artist or writer are. So I don't want to guess. Let me know who it is for this issue, and then this is another piece. But all right, now we're going to get into the actual getting full screen mode. You can check this out. Some of these scans are a little bit dark, but this art is killer. Oh man, it's so good. It's creepy at times. It's actually very beautifully drawn at times. It looks fun, but it also is got like an edge to it. I mean, it's all win. Whoever the bastard was that recommended this, they did a good job. This bastard is happy about this bastard. So yeah, this is cool shit. But you'll see, I mean, it's got the cute kind of faces that you'll see in a lot of manga, and then just this like mind-numbingly killer other stuff going on that maybe would appeal more to like sort of Western sensibilities. I don't even know. This was an interesting question too that I wanted to ask is, do you know if are there other cultures that are overlooked possibly in the United States? This is a great panel. I wish this stuff wasn't so dark. I'm definitely going to buy these volumes that I'm showing right now. I'm going to buy them on eBay today if I can find them, or I'll go to like one of the, if you can recommend a site where you think I can get a good deal on these, let me know, because I'm going to definitely pick these up. During the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or whatever, like, have there been like really like large movements in other countries and regions and continents that are overlooked here in the United States? Like, are there African comics or I don't even know, like Mexican? I know that there's Mexican illustrators, and I know that there's lots of Hispanic artists that have worked in the United States, but were comics popular there, and do they have their own sort of thing? I know the Chinese have them, the Indians have them, but yeah, it would be curious. It would be kind of cool to know. But look at the stuff. Does the artist, is it a team? Possibly. From what I understand, most of the higher up artists that really do long runs on books generally do have at least a small team of assistants. I think the average is like 5 though. But either way, they're freaking bringing it. Look at this stuff. And it's interesting too, is what you'll see is like how well they draw like these the female figures in particular. There's like leaping poses and some really, really crazy stuff that's great looking. But again, what I love about this is how atmospheric it is. Again, this is a very, very dark scan. If we go to, probably lighten it a little bit, but you can obviously see someone probably like just Xerox this book, who knows when. I'm sure these files have been floating around forever, but look at this. This stuff is so cool. And then let me know, the person that recommended this, let me know if I picked a good spot or like what you consider a good era of the book. And if I didn't, let me know what you actually think is some of the better stuff, because I went through the collection 1, I think 5 and 6, and it was a little too like almost like a cartoon, which isn't bad. It wasn't like it was badly drawn, but yeah, this just seemed so much more crazy. Look at this. It's a shame that this isn't a better reproduction, because this is a beautiful little panel right here. This bastard knew how to draw. Look at this. And so this is an interesting thing for at least my personal taste and sensibilities is, and Akira kind of keyed me in on this. Like with Akira, the characters were always very, very simple, and yet like kind of everything around them always was way more intense. I think that that's a really effective storytelling tool. It also gives you a little bit of breathing room as the artist to kind of flex your muscles on certain areas, but then also be able to move through. Look at like this panel up here. And somebody had mentioned Bandit Jing or King of Bandits. I have all those books. I think that stuff is great. It was actually one of the first series that I really, really aggressively bought, probably in the early 2000s. Man, I hunted those things down because they weren't on eBay. So I would go to like the bookstores and stuff like that and try to seek them out. And slowly over a period of time, I cobbled together the first series. But this is really, really nicely drawn. My cat had to get it on the YouTube video. She's like crawling all over the chair right now. The lighting on this is great too. You can just tell, even from this scan, like that this is really, really well done. But yeah, your recommendations are always fun, and especially if it's something that I'm not aware of, those are the ones that I'll usually go, if someone's recommending this and I don't know what this is, or if I'm not 100% sure in my mind what I think it is, I always am interested to check it out. So thank you. And like, I think I was confusing this book for Berserk. When he said bastard, I was thinking of the lead character in Berserk, which I think is kind of a guy with sort of like spiky short hair. And he looks like a Street Fighter character a little bit to me, or like, not exactly, but yeah, I wasn't expecting this. It was like I would get One Punch Man mixed up with One Piece a little bit, which I know they're very, very different, but just initially. This is really cool though. Man, whoever's drawing this creature is like, they got the Bisley kind of anatomy going. This is cool. I really like how it shifts from different sort of storytelling techniques. Look at that. That's so cool. It's so crazy that they can do that on one page. Like, how do you go from this to this? You just do it. And that's what you do. This is wild. Look at that, man. That's really, really cool. So epic. Yeah, I like this stuff a lot. Oh, I wish these scans were better, but I'm telling you, I'm buying these today. At least this book. I will find this book somewhere online. Let me know the site that I should get it at. I'll go buy it. I want to get a big version. I like those little small books, but I definitely prefer bigger. I've been spoiled by the artist edition books. It's like, I know that they don't have like tons of this kind of stuff printed that size, but man, if they did, I would be up in that. I'd need a bigger house just to store books. I watched a really cool documentary on Dr. Seuss last night. I've seen it before, but I was like, I have a neighbor that went to an art exhibit, which is the sort of, I think they're called the Midnight Drawings or something that Dr. Seuss did. It's like stuff that he was a vodka drinker, and he would go up to his studio at night and drink vodka and smoke cigarettes and paint these paintings for himself. And they're kind of MC Escher-ish, a little like Salvador Dali, but then they look very Seuss. And they had this big print on their wall when I went to their house, and I was like, what is that? It's Dr. Seuss, but like I'm like I've never seen that piece before. What book is that from? And they kind of explained to me what it was. And anyway, so I was watching a few little shorter clips, like 4 or 5 minute clips on that gallery or whatever when it had opened. This is great right here, man. So kick-ass. But yeah, then I watched the hour and 20-minute documentary. It's kind of cool too because Dr. Seuss, he lives right up the street from me, so that's kind of neat to know that. You know what I mean? Like I could literally walk to his house right now if I wanted to. It wouldn't even take that long. But that's pretty cool. That is cool. And a lot of the trees and stuff that he draws are very like local to like where we live. It's funny because you'll see tourists and they walk around and they'll be staring at the trees and you forget that we have some kind of weirder sort of trees here, and they'll be like tripping out on them, like touching them and stuff. It's kind of funny, but I've seen him my whole life, so it's not a big deal for me. But yeah, it's interesting. He was a great artist, dude. The guy was like, when he was 19 years old, he drew exactly like he did when he was an old man. Like the style was there. It was all him. It was amazing. It was crazy how good he was at 18, 19 years old. His dude definitely was a genius. Man, look at this. That is so kick-ass. Phew. I need better scans. What is this creature? Look at that. Move over, Joe Madureira. Bastard is coming to town. This does have a little bit of a Madureira. Like I wonder if Joe is a fan of this. Was that Bastard a fan of this? Bastard fans will know. You think, was Madureira, was he looking at Bastard? This totally looks like something out of Battle Chasers. That Bastard, Joe, probably was biting this guy. Maybe not. I love Joe. I actually, like, not only do I think he's a great artist, but he was actually a fan of my black drawings. And I went to a comic book convention. I don't know him very well. I talked to him on the phone one time for about 2 hours. But past that, I really don't know him at all. But I had gone to a table where he was doing a signing, and I was walking by, and it was like Olivier Coipel, him, and I think Lanil Yu signing or something like that. And I just said hello, and he started bragging up my art to the people that were at the table. It was really trippy, but he was like, "Oh, man," I swear to God, he said this too. It was tripping me out. He goes, "You should see this guy's stuff." He goes, "He makes us look so lazy," or he said something like that, or like I was like, dude, that's a huge compliment coming from Madureira, because I think Madureira is a beast. So anyway, but that's my little Joe Madureira story. But I did really appreciate it because it's like I wasn't getting much traction in terms of like trying to get work or something like that. But I really was flattered that he liked this stuff enough, even just to bring it up. And then the fact that he was so complimentary was very, very cool. So I love that bastard. We're gonna blow it away with Blaster Kid. I'm telling you, this is actually a funny story. Speaking of Bastard, so when I got a doing business as, and they fucked up, and the first time that they sent me the paperwork, they put it as Bastard Kid. I got it, and I was like, what in the world? I should have kept it as that. Now that I think of it, look at that. This shit is fire, dude. This is great. I love this village or whatever that they keep drawing with the mountains and this. This bastard could draw. I'm going to take a sip of coffee in a second. Oh, man. Yesterday I had Starbucks venti iced coffee for the first time in like 2 months. I could have done 100 videos. I'm way funnier on Starbucks. Normal coffee, I don't think that I deliver as well. So it was an important discovery that I made. Starbucks coffee and no one at home is where my sweet spot is for doing any kind of YouTube videos. Dun dun dun. This is cool. This is nice. I like her gear. It's simple, but it looks quite nice. We'll move through this a little faster. This character is really, really badass. I wish I could see this thing a little better. Excuse me. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Man, I can't even imagine what a nice reproduction of this would look like. It really does have almost like, if you know, oh, what is his name? I have the, oh, Carlos Wante. Carlos Wante does beasts that kind of have a little bit of this vibe. They're like organic and kind of dead. This is nice too. It's a little heavy use of zip on her face, but man, this is really, really nice. Like her body looks awesome. And this is all very, very cool. But yeah, I wish that maybe even just a little bit of light was hitting her face like it is here. That would have been nice. Just like on her cheek, a little bit right here more. And then this is cool. Man, that is really, really cool. Look at this. Lucifer. This is not. And then so simple there. I have a friend who is getting into manga, and he was like, he texted me. He goes, I don't know how to read this shit. He's like, I don't know where to go. Like you know when you first start collecting comics and you get confused on the panels, and sometimes like I'm talking like your first like little bit. But I think what ended up happening is he bought a book that was actually reversed, and so the storytelling would go from right to left and then down, and he was trying to read it traditionally. And I think he may have also started at the back of the book. I've done it though. It's funny, but I mean, I know I had a couple of books that I was like looking at, and I was like, the fuck, like this isn't right. What is going on? And I was like, oh yeah, I have to start at the back or their front, whatever. It's funny, but yeah, I don't know if he understood what I meant in the text. Jackson, if you watch this, start at the back of your book and read it backwards. Read it from this way. That might help. But not all of them are like that. They do flip them. Man, this is great. Look at this freaking panel. Holy shit, dude. I mean, this just shows you like how many shitty comic books are out there when you see someone do something so good and you go like, my cat agrees. Of course you agree because you live with me. You know how I feel. Us artists, we work so hard on our art, and then you'll see stuff that gets published and it's garbage, and you go, how is that person getting work and I can't get work? Now we make our own work, right? Revolution. It's like no one needs to tell me yes. You know who tells me yes? The people that want to buy my book. This is great. I like this a lot. As long as you guys say yes, then we're good to go. But if you say no, then we're going to be working at Panda Express. Do you want crunchy noodles with that, or do you want egg roll? Look at that. I don't even know what that is, but it looks cool. And this looks a little from like Battle Chasers 2. I think that bastard Joe was looking at this stuff. It's not like heavily Battle Chasers. Who knows? It could just be a coincidence. Is this the end? I hope not. I kind of want to look at more. Capes aren't, excuse me, super crazy, but it works for me. It looks cool. Good enough. This is a nice panel. Look at that. That's cool. Ooh, epic. That's interesting. Not crazy about this layout, to be honest. It could be like a montage that they sort of put together, but whoever did it didn't have a real good eye for a design or size relationships. Just my opinion on it. It's all right. It's a little too piecemeal. Everything is kind of the same size. You always hear me complain about that, but like this is the same size as this, is the same size as this. Really the point of interest on this guy is from his hand to his face, which is the same size as all this. This is the same, this is the same. This is bigger, because I actually do think you kind of read almost this whole swooping shape, but these are all the same size too, so. Cool drawings in it. This is cool. I like this better. I think this layout works better. And then if you notice, there are more variety of sizes. You have little tiny stuff. You have bigger stuff. Like this reads nice and big. These characters. There's contrast. Yeah. This is actually a very, very cool piece. I like to love this hand. This character reaching for it is very, very cool. So this one's a winner. I like it. I like it. This is nice too. Fun book, right? If you've never seen this, I'm sure you were impressed by it. And again, if the reproductions were better, I think it would even be more stunning. So I will work on that. I'm going to look as soon as I actually am done with this video. And please recommend a site. I won't pull the trigger on it unless I see something that I think is exceptional. This is really nice, man. This figure and this, whoo, that is a good drawing. That's me seeing it. I'm like, what? This is nice. We're always turning over new stones here. Try to find more stuff that we can enjoy if we haven't seen it. I know tons of people know this book, so I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that, like, for people that don't know it, like myself, this is good. Now I can't complain that Marvel hasn't done a book that I like in years. Let's look at Bastard. Boom. I'm assuming that's not an explosion. It's like some sort of ice crystal castle. I don't know. It looks like a growth. I still need to do that mountain climbing book. That was a neat surprise. What an unusual concept for a book. But I loved it, and I immediately wanted to read it. I saw a little bit of it, and it's this guy that's in high school or maybe like his first year in college, and man, he gets into like rock climbing, like mountain climbing, and it looked awesome. It was like, what goes through your mind when you're climbing a mountain like that? From what I understand, it was actually influenced by some of the... Oh, maybe not, though. I don't remember what the... It was a YouTube video, but I think they were saying that it was sort of inspired by some of the stuff that was going on with all the mountain climbing and rock climbing videos and movies and stuff that were coming out. This is cool. I know that there's some like basketball and baseball series that are real popular too. I can't think of what the basketball one is called, but I know a lot of people like that. It would be interesting to check out. It's like I'm not really a huge basketball guy, but enough people like it that I think whenever you, at least for me, if enough people like something and maybe it's not like something that I would normally be into, I still think it's important to just at least give it a shot, because you never know, you may really love it, and then it's a nice surprise and something that will add a little bit of sort of variety to your taste. It's like bands, you know what I mean? There's bands that I just assumed that I would hate, and then you go, man, so many people love this, maybe I should check it out. And you know, sometimes you're into it, sometimes you're not, but it's worth a shot. I like kind of stuff like this. So it's almost like the Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing, where they give you a synopsis. Wow, look at this. God damn. It's a nice shot. Bam! They ain't messing around. Dude, that is really cool. Look at that. Wow. This book is so good. Making people look like fools. Yeah, this was one of the pages that I saw when I was perusing the book to decide if what issues that I would do, and I saw this and I was like, man, what a great sequence. This is Red Monica, right? Am I tripping or not? That bastard Joe. This is like right out of Battle Chasers. You let me know if that bastard stole this. That's Calibretto. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's not Calibretto. This is cool. It looks like it was maybe done in like CAD or something like that, but I actually like it. It's very efficiently created and looks good. And look at this dude. I used to draw characters like this all the time with these big, long, weird arms. It's funny. Yeah, and let me know about the early art on Bastard. If it's the same Bastard that drew these later issues. Like, did that artist evolve into this? Because if they did, that's a tremendous growth and very, very inspiring actually to see. Because again, there's nothing wrong with the early Bastard issues. That Bastard could draw too. But this Bastard, he was way better, or got way better. This is great. I know, Kitty. Stop saying Bastard. Is that what you're saying? She wants me to stop it. She says the joke is over, Rich. I know, Kitty. I understand. Oh, you're telling me you're laying in the sunshine. Okay. I'll go through this a little faster. This is a nice little panel. Yeah, this book looks awesome. I digs it. The Seal of the Moon. This is nice. This reminds me of a shot from the Lord of the Rings movies. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I am. This is great, too. I love the character designs. They're so fun. This is good shit, man. This is good shit. I know, Kitty. You've never seen this either, right? Look at that. I like her. She's cool. These little, like, sprites or elves or whatever they are. Funny. Maybe they're just children. I don't know. Wow, look at that. That's really cool. Gnomes? Could they be gnomes and dwarves? Look at that. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's interesting because, like I said, I know that the screen tone's got a little bit of a mixed reaction, but it's like, if you want looks that are unusual and things like this, I mean, I think that it is a very, very effective tool to get still a hardline look and something that's a little epic. I mean, this doesn't read that clear because it's not a great scan of it, but I mean, oh shit. If you wanted to do like a beautiful pool of water or something like that, you know, you can really get some interesting effects that just pen and ink. It's either going to take forever and probably not look that great printed, or you can use things like this and really get some killer effects. You know, but if the stuff is going to be colored, then you might not need it. This is great too. This is kind of Franklin Booth-ish. Look at that. That's so damn good. Look at this little guy. All right, I think that this if this doesn't convince you that this art is pretty badass, then it's just definitely not your taste, because there's no doubt in my mind that I would pick this up, and in fact I will. I might buy two. I'll get one that I haven't looked at. I'll peek at it just to make sure it's the same artist, or looks to be the same artist, and then I'll just wait until I get the book in my hand to like actually look through it. So I like to have ones that I haven't seen that are surprises. It's cool. Solid. Okay, I need to wrap this up because I need to do a video for Patreon. So, all right, y'all have a great day. We'll move real quick and see if we can find one sort of super awesome page. This is nice. I like this design. Man, that's crazy. It's funny because it almost looks like a 3D model, but I don't know. It may or may not be, but these two panels are suspect to me, just the tiniest bit. She's like, it's not a model. She's like, it is. Man, that is such a cool design, though. Wow, holy shit. Look at this. Fuck yeah. This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. Come on, dude. This is so fucking good. Jesus Christ. I'll demonetize this video just because this is so good. And I'll drop F-bombs. But man, that is such a kick-ass spread. Whew. God dang. That is amazing. All right, we're going to end it there. That was really, really good. There was a ton more pages to open, but I got to get to my other stuff for today. So, all right, have a great day. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I have to say this bastard did. All right, have a great day. Bye. Check out Patreon, you bastards.